Hello and welcome back to another history of Overwatch. Obviously, we got a lot of Overwatch 2 hype coming around with the alpha news and the beta coming up soon, but history must go on. So we're here to talk about the May Melee finals between the Shanghai Dragons and the Dallas Fuel. The first time we really saw these two teams go head-to-head in 2021, but, you know, not the last time because they went back and forth a lot. Funnily enough, the Dallas Fuel almost didn't qualify for these playoffs. They're obviously looking the best, but I think they lost to Washington. Who did they lose to? They lost to Washington towards the end. They lost to Washington. Who else did they lose to? Oh, and they lost to Houston in the opening weekend. Oh, damn. So this is what we obviously just watched the Houston Outlaws take on the San Francisco Shock. Houston played very well in the May Melee. You can't doubt that. They had a really good May Melee. Everything else was not that surprising. Los Angeles Gladiators actually had a really bad May Melee, not even qualifying for the play-ins of the Hawaii trip. This was like, I think Shu and Custa actually had a really average first May Melee, but obviously went on to have incredible seasons after that. So, the other storyline was Florida Mayhem were very good in the May Melee. It was kind of a surprise to a lot of teams. We weren't expecting Florida to sort of really qualify and like have this crazy run, but they were actually very, very solid. So, let's have a look at how people qualified in the knockouts. So, the Florida Mayhem 3-0'd the Defiant. Defiant did a great job of qualifying, but did not make it through. And then Florida actually beat the Washington Justice in a surprise upset. Dallas Fuel 3-0'd the Houston Outlaws because Houston's going to have success? Absolutely not. They're going to throw it away in playoffs, as they always do. So, Houston Outlaws get knocked out, and Florida Mayhem and the Dallas Fuel headed to the playoffs on the West. And in the East, the Shanghai Dragons and the Chengdu Hunters made their way out. Chengdu Hunters obviously beginning their reign. I don't think they were playing a lot of Pharah at this point, were they? Did they play Pharah in the May Melee? Yeah, Kev was on ping, for you guys asking. Yeah, Kev still was on ping, but like, doesn't change the fact that he was very average. Same with Shu in the first, in the May Melee. So, it was a little bit, I can't remember. But more on the story, we went over to the Hawaii weekend. We had the Shanghai Dragons narrowly edging out the Florida Mayhem. Florida Mayhem actually had a really good May Melee. I think it was on the back of like, they were playing like OG Winston and Yaki Tracer. Am I remembering that correctly? Or was that... Or is this Yaki Echo at this point? I can't remember. But it was on the back of Yaki and OGE, if I remember correctly. I remember those two being dominant, only to never be seen. After this 3-0 by the Shanghai Dragons, they boomed them for the rest of the season. Florida went on to have like a tragic rest of the season, and that's why it got blown up. And we saw what we were seeing. But before this match happened, this final, where Dallas wins 4-2 in this match, Dallas Fuel actually beat the Shanghai Dragons 3-2. This May Melee was honestly just a banger. There were so many great series that happened throughout it. Honestly, most of them involving the Shanghai Dragons. But yeah. Dallas Fuel, they break the cycle of misery at this moment. They finally win something. So let's just get into the match. This is obviously happening in Hawaii, but we're all recording this from online. And the meta, we were just talking about the meta before we got into this match.
We're particularly good. The question is this another big step up for him, departing that roster, joining this ambitious...
The metas are actually kind of all over the place. There's actually a lot of variability. There's a lot of rush played. There's a lot of dive played. And this is, even at some point, Shanghai Dragons pulls out their Wrecking Ball Zen Breed comp, but I don't think it works. I can't remember. This is before Shanghai really found their niche playing that Wrecking Ball Brig Zen style, and there was a lot of Winston, and we actually get to see Fearless and Fake go back and forth on the Winston.
Choose this map to start with. That is the benefit that they have coming. From here on out, it will be loser's pick. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Lee Jae-gon and Jexa matchup actually goes, because their Briggs...
Lee Jae-gon and Jexa. This wasn't Lee Jae-gon Tower, right? When did Lee Jae-gon make it Lee Jae-gon Tower? It was in the May Melee, I think, right? When Lee Jae-gon booped like 7 people in one round. 2020? I thought it was 2021.
Me to make a little bit of noise?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, a little bit of, yeah. We didn't get a
Against Seoul, yeah.
in the pre-match of this series.
So Dallas Fuel going to come out on the Sim May Rush, a very not honest form of Overwatch. With the Lucio Moira. Dallas love to play their like brawl grouping up compositions with like Lucio and Moira. They sometimes played it with Fearless on Winston, sometimes on Ryan. Shanghai Dragons obviously don't want to play the brawl if they don't have to. Prefer to play the Ana Winston. So Dallas just get the point, and then they just rush them down, while Shanghai just playing around there. Just trying to get the nano, right? They do get the nano. They should win this fight. Oh, if Fielder gets the coal, they're in a good spot. Oh, it was just a little late for Sparkle.
Sparkle's going to be the first casualty here despite all the barriers in play. Lip is able to get into the back and find a kill. The coalescence here from Fielder isn't going to be enough healing to keep Fielder.
Yeah, and that was just good play by Shanghai, understanding their win condition and getting the nano. They're willing to give up the point.
The Shanghai Dragons will have their comeuppance after being second to the point.
They just played so.
Lip was the best Tracer last year? Yeah, I can sort of see that.
Trying to force as soon as the May wall was down, they decided to push them back.
My take though, sorry, I don't think Lip is the best Tracer. I think he played the best Tracer last year, and I think he's very, very good. He's like top 3, but I don't think he is the best Tracer. I think he's just succeeding on the fact that he's on Shanghai.
Last year we saw some of it played, but
predicting Monster Sojourn by Lip, absolutely.
This really wants to try and punish Fate.
Lip has a special delivery of a pulse bomb he'd love to make here, but the Blizzard comes out. Void gets caught in it. The only one that really is frozen.
I would have thrown my pulse bomb like 2 minutes ago.
Kind of crowd control, and Fielder goes down to the self-destruct. Big stick.
Wow, he almost died to that.
Fearless low before he could get the Earth Shatter. He is removed. Jagon got caught inside that gravitic flux, and yeah, that's a kill that the Fuel can pick up here. But Lip is still at large. He's still causing problems. He dodges the rock as it comes at him here, and the Dallas Fuel might be running out of gas. They need some value from Sparkle here. Fletter comes off the point.
This is such a close fight, but Shanghai Dragons has had the cap the whole time, so they're just inherently winning. Especially since they still. Oh, that was a big. I don't agree with that, Nano. I think they would have been much better saving this for Fate here. Because it wasn't going to save him. It's a Tracer, right?
There was no way you were going to be able to keep him alive. Once that shatter came down, whether it was the Reaper finishing it off or
the point's still ticking for Shanghai, though. They can probably steal the point a lot.
Another reason the Reaper is...
Even Fletter is probably better. I don't know. I don't think... I was very high on Fletter Tracer heading into 2021. But I would say I think I like Lip Tracer better than Fletter these days.
So the Shanghai Dragons getting some extra percentage.
But they're both nuts, so...
Sombra in the mix. So this is kind of what I expected them to come out.
How does Dante compare?
Except not the Reaper.
How does Dante compare? Dante's good, but I don't think he's better than Lip or Fletter on Tracer.
So much damage from above, just trying to get a target weak enough that they can.
He's gonna take a while players to adjust. Yeah, but everyone's adjusting their playstyle, right? So it's like, it's fine to adjust it. Everyone's adjusting it better. Honestly, the people who are gonna be the most successful in this season are the people who are very adaptable and flexible.
Doha down. Sorry, he loses the battle of the flankers to Lip, and this is where things get a little bit dangerous for Dallas. They're forced to play on the point here. 60% and counting. The Winston bubble for Fate has gone down. Fearless in position with a shatter here to make something happen, and Lip has a pulse. It sticks. Fearless is in deep trouble. Lip's going to clean him up.
Yeah, the sound barrier comes in from Jexa. It'll be a death boss.
Oh, that was a good death boss.
The Pharah in the Mercy here. And then you have Sparkle get right up. I believe he was slept and woken up immediately.
Dude, Sparkle is just doing so much work on this Reaper. Sparkle Tracer's top 3? I don't think so. I think Sparkle Tracer is good. I don't think it's top 3 in the league.
An EMP plus shatter in self-destruct.
His pulse bombs impressed me a lot, but he just loses. No, I think he's top 10. I think he had a good job top 10, but I think Sparkle Tracer, I'm not saying it's D tier, but I think Sparkle Tracer is the classic, nice EMP, just EMP Fate, just get him out of the way. Sparkle Tracer is one of those things of, he is considered so good because he's playing on such a good team. Oh, how does that kill 2 people?
Perhaps the Reinhardt shield wasn't enough. I don't know how that really works out. Fearless makes a
but that doesn't mean he's not top 10.
That fielder with a barrage that came a little bit late, but it's really the self-destruct that saves the Dragons.
It absolutely does. And now we get to see if the Dallas Fuel can make use of this shatter. They're going to have to get back towards the point. Maybe it's Hanbin or Doha who can get the touch. You're going to have to get Fearless in position.
How does Dallas get here? Oh, I guess Doha can touch her.
Touches the point.
They're going to get Cole and they're going to get Shadow as long as they don't all die before they get to the point. Fearless coming through. Beep, beep. They're taking so much damage. That Cole is enormous. Oh, he gets it.
Shatter gets Fate. Can he charge?
Oh,
No,
how does Fate not get pinned by that? There's no way.
Pack tech to avoid the inevitable charge.
Is Yaki or Fielder?
Lip has to be careful though. That hammer's fighting you and he's low.
Oh god.
Different cases tonight and a quick one-way ticket back to spawn. Dallas already
Fielder.
control the point now. They flip it. Fate a little bit too late to
I like the flexibility of Fielder a lot. I like his Moira. I like everything that Fielder plays. While I would take Izzyaki on Zen 100% of the time. Probably. I'm not sure about Ana because Fielder has an insane Ana as well, but.
Fearless is there though, he gets rid of Fate, and there's a Diva hacked on the point. Void is gonna be ejected.
But like, Izzyaki Zen was nuts. You can't underestimate that.
Barrage from Fleta, but he's taken down midway through. Hanbin.
Yeah, and that was a crazy first round. I remember watching this match live. It was crazy.
And it's close.
Oh, the bubble placement from Fate was perfect there because they had the nano boost on the Fleta.
This is the final. This is the main melee final. Oh, should I should actually change my title? Sorry, 1 second.
The bubble is able to save Fleta, but there was a huge EMP from Doha. I believe it connects with like 5 players, and then the self-destruct, some coalescence healing there towards the end.
Fuel Burst, Dragons, melee.
It's so hard for them to walk
Finals 2021.
in the Mercy.
Yeah, and that was the knockback.
There you go, thank you. Damn, Overwatch 2 looking old. I'm not on Overwatch 2 category right now.
Into the Dragon's backline.
I hear switch is more common in Overwatch 2 than ult being slowed. I'm not sure. That'll be an interesting question. We won't really know the answer to that until we get into Al.
Looks like he'll stick with it.
And it's going to be the Lucio with the Moira again.
Fielder Ana on Paris, dude. Fielder Ana on Paris, just like silently pounding while on 200 ping at like 3 a.m. is crazy.
One composition that was run a lot in NA that the Dallas Fuel are able to beat pretty handily using this type of composition. Just the Symmetra over time, building up the damage with this beam.
So we're gonna get the Brawl vs Brawl. Interesting that both teams were playing Sig.
I mean,
why were both teams playing Sig back then?
From his own teammate, Fleta kind of blocked the shot. Regardless, it
why aren't people playing Diva?
Pretty comfortably won by the Dragons despite an old May wall. Lip didn't actually have to do the lion's share of the work in that fight.
Interesting that they got away without playing Sim.
Off angle, they got Fearless extremely low, and they were able to push in, deal with the rest of the players from the Dallas Fuel. Dallas Fuel can't match this composition. The best they can probably.
No, there aren't hero bands in melee. They're only in the June Joust and the Countdown Cup.
The Reaper Rush, with behind the Moira.
Oh shit! That was good that they got out of. Oh, that was almost sick. I think if the wall went down earlier, he would have hit that.
Lets that one go as he's backing up, but the Dragons, they know the Fuel are already committed to
Fuel shouldn't commit to this. Fuel should just die. Oh god.
Here comes a Symmetra.
That is the opposite of just dying.
Care about that one. Jexter taking down in midair, and Sparkle's looking worse for wear.
I guess Sparkle might want to switch off the Sim anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But like, what does Sparkle go to? Because Sparkle can't switch to the hit scan. And I actually remember that being a problem on King's Row in this map. In this match, of like Sparkle switches to the Soldier before Legs was good.
Exactly the mirror. You have the Batiste now coming in here for the.
Because I'm pretty sure this is pre-buff Soldier, right? This is before Soldier gets that recoil change. Doomfist? Oh yeah, I guess Doomfist would work.
Powerful ultimates on deck now for the Dallas Fuel. There'll be 2 blizzards in place, so keep an eye out for those. Fearless, it's a flanking teleport. Shatter.
Oh, that was a good shatter.
Void and Jagon get knocked down. Is the follow-up gonna be there? Yes, Sparkle quickly snaps into action, steps up, follows up, and Fade is
Soldier
down.
changed out. Oh, okay, so people just hadn't really played around with Soldier much. Because Soldier's still not the best in the world, but Soldier's actually pretty solid right now.
The one team has the immortality field. Even with Moira's, like,
I remember seeing Sparkle switch to Soldier and being like, I don't know if that's it, but it ended up being fine.
And that's when Fielder makes a switch.
Pre-fall off. So this is pre-fall off nerf and super range.
Last a little bit longer in it now.
Well, I think you want to give Sparkle time to charge up and actually.
There was something that made Soldier good, and I remember it was not now at this point. I feel like.
Symmetra might be a bigger factor. And Matrix, both sides.
Oh, how does Lee gonna die there?
Been able to find some damage amped from the ultimate of Fielder.
Yes, got him through the window.
On the back foot is
Fate gonna go for this?
He's lost
No way.
now.
He's dead.
Offsider and he's in deep trouble. Sparkle, yeah, he's charged up and ready to go.
Yeah, the thing with the Moira is you just have to play so aggro that you weren't able to make anything happen.
That was kind of cute by Lip. I love that.
Way better usage out of the Symmetra.
Pre 20 damage bullets.
These, side angles that we see Lip taking. And really just
but I remember Cassidy just being better than Soldier at this point in the game.
Extend the fight. That's when the Symmetra can keep regenning the
Dollar-tree Tracer. No, we have Tracer at home, just Soldier.
Later in the fight.
Lip is going to have a tough time if Sparkle puts down a decent wall here. Careful, Doha.
Everyone but Dallas played Cass, yeah.
Here's a Symmetra wall, Gravitic Flux, a lot of ultimates here.
Dallas is using a lot here. I guess, oh god. I guess, I feel like both teams have like misused their ultimates here. Where like they're using ults once they've already lost the fight.
And the Dallas Fuel have their own Blizzard in sound barrier available here. They're gonna have an Ant Matrix 2. As soon as we've seen the switch to the Batiste,
is May Malo the tournament when people thought Symmetra was OP? When did people think Symmetra was overpowered? I think it was the May Melee. Or was it the June Joust? The one where like everyone played Sim and everyone was calling for Sim nerfs? Sim was during this? Yeah. Oh wow, they didn't touch.
The Dragons failed to touch the point. In fairness, they were at a distinct...
Because like everyone's just like Sim needs nerfs. It's like, but no one plays Sim. Just because she's good at the highest rank doesn't mean she needs to get nerfed. So Sim comps are lame. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Sim comps. Okay.
Gun point 2, but really at the start,
how they extricate themselves from
the good old commercials.
You see here, Matt, the Dragons have lit on the Ash.
So Dallas get the first 2 wins playing the Brawl, and I think you can agree to this, that Dallas was actually a pretty good Brawl team in the West, and I don't think Shanghai ever really were able to match up. Throughout the entirety of the season, I don't think Shanghai was ever able to match up to Dallas playing the Brawl. So it's not surprising that Dallas took the first map.
It'll be Ash with the Echo on defense, and you have the Mercy pocket. So this is something you're not going to see like Ash come out for the Dallas Fuel. I was going to say, yeah, it looked like Doha was going to go back to the spawn, so he's going to play Sombra, so you'll have Sparkle on the Echo, so Echo Sombra.
Fate Ryan kind of mad, yeah. I would say Ryan is probably Fate's worst hero. Out of all the tanks, like his Winston's solid, his Wrecking Ball's really good, obviously, his Orissa's really good. Oh shit, that was an enormous... That nade was crazy. Oh, good nade by Void there to stop Fielder from getting it.
Dallas have some momentum to work with here, but Hanbin doesn't have a ton of backup. Biotic Grenade used defensively by Izayaki, especially in lieu of their Mercy being dead. That's important.
Fielder left after dry, yeah. Well, GXA got fucking murdered off the bat.
You do have first blood drawn by
kind of shame. Faye played a lot of Ryan season 1. I just think the level of Reinhardt's changed a lot since season 1, right? Like, especially because of season 2 with all the goats, the Reinhardt play just leveled up and leveled up and leveled up, right?
In the blink of an eye, if Fleta even gets a little bit low, they're gonna try and take advantage of that.
Again, the Dallas Fuel's composition.
Alright, so playing for the Winston Nano, but Shanghai already has the Bob and the Nano. Like, what do you do here?
Look at that. See how they react.
Are they not gonna Nano? Are they baiting? Did they just bait the ult? Wait, why did they Nano late then?
Doha is clinging onto life right now, but it's about what Fearless can do here. He gets Coach Gun backwards.
That felt like a weird series of events. Like, that was such a good play by Dallas if they didn't Nano. If they just disengaged from the Bob Nano and then re-engaged with the Nano, that would have been sick. But then they, like, Nanoed late when Fearless was already, like, out of position.
If he doesn't connect with that, maybe
the
Dallas Fuel are able to regroup and do something with that, but...
Don't do rush because of Farah's like Jimmy. Well, I think it's just it seems like they're just better at dive. Like, I think very rarely do APAC teams win playing Brawl against a really good dive, just because they're not that good at Brawl. Well, in NA loses to the dive, but it doesn't play dive because they can't play dive effectively, but they're very good at Brawl. So it's like the region differences of what the people are comfortable with and play more of. Oh, that was a good copy. Even though he hit the brig, it's still a good copy. I don't know about that pack usage. That's an important whip shot to hit though, by the way. Get that rally uptime. Dude, Sparkle went to Ana. What are we doing here?
They get a bite of grenade onto Lip. That's gigantic. Sparkle also nano boost. I think he gives that one over to Hanbin here, and then Fuel are cooking with gas.
Dude, these ult usages are all over the place.
When they want to push up, they know that Fate is coming back, and he's gonna have a primal rage. It's a big D-Mech though, and it's gonna be another nano here. This time.
Izayaki goes down.
Not from Sparkle coming in on Hanbin. They push him all the way.
Fate kind of pounded on the Winston right now.
But that might not be an issue. Fate gets a very timely primal rage to clear up the point. And now Hanbin doesn't have any healers whatsoever.
Wow, he almost got that tracer. That was almost really nice. Oh, yikes. Like, how do you win this now if you're Dallas Fuel? I guess Shanghai have no ultimates as well, but they need Doha to get the CMP.
Fleta having the, I mean, he puts down enough damage on Doha, and then Lit finishes him off.
Yeah, a lot of Fleta. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is when like a couple of the Korean players were like, oh yeah, copying supports is definitely the play. And everyone's like, I don't think it's the play, and they're like, I should totally copy Ana. Doesn't Fleta copy Ana like 3 times in like Gibraltar? It's on Gibraltar, right, where like he does it the most.
If they're gonna make any progress on point A.
Sparkle Tracer.
The Fuel aren't primed. They're not teched up for a long fight, Matthew. They've got Moira and they've got Lucio, and neither have key ultimates available. This is going to have to happen right now.
Gets the copy on the EMP again on the Winston this time, though.
He's charged up. He might have a primal here. Izzyaki goes down. The Jexa is traded, and that's a big resurrect. Mercy's not available right now.
Did he get the oh, Flutter actually got Filter as well. He cut him off in that small room.
But with Flutter getting a duplicate on a main tank and then getting a
oh my god, Flutter tried so hard to kill Han, but he just murdered himself.
The Echo, but really there's not much left to work with here for the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah, this is just before the zombie comp really started and like the Echo copy diva meta where we just had 6 diva bombs every fight. That was June Joust. I think we're gonna watch that match because that's probably the next match we're gonna watch. I think the match we decided we're gonna dodge is the 3rd tournament.
From the Shanghai Dragons
because the next tournament was really interesting because there's a lot of Echo copies, but that's the first time that the Shanghai Dragons really leaned into playing the Bull Brig Zen, and it ended up working against Dallas. 3rd tournament was really average, if I remember correctly.
So strong that really relying on these massive EMPs, but even when the EMPs are coming through, like the last one, as soon as the translocator goes in the sky, Lee Jae-gon uses the Valkyrie. So that is when the ball comps take over. It was just like Shanghai just won and no one was close. Like it was literally just like who's gonna get to the finals to lose to Shanghai.
The Fuel, Tracer, Echo defense, and the Dragons are gonna use Lip here. The Widowmaker comes out on attack.
Yeah. Look, what you can do with the Widowmaker, if you just play point, if you're the Shanghai Dragons, with how much percentage you need, it's gonna unlock crazy good sightline.
Fearless has slept.
And all it takes is, Lip to hit 1 shot.
Yeah, like as soon as they lose any control, it's over for Dallas. Yeah, they're doing Lips on the arch now. Yes, Thor has to just try. That's me, literally, when I play Echo. I'm like, I can one-shot this person by diving, and then I like dive, miss everything, and I'm like, damn. Why didn't that work? It works for everyone else.
The Dragons, as they really pick the Dallas Fuel apart, and they'll move to the point. This will be a pretty.
This is not a close fight.
Temple of Anubis looks to be pretty one-sided. Fearless is doused by the grenade for him. He'll try and get away, but it's unlikely. He'll buy a little bit more time, but that is going to be that, and it's a tied series here. The Dragons know exactly what
they want to have Fearless be able.
All right, on to King's Row. Temple of Anubis. That was not a close map.
And they can go back to playing some of the stuff.
Dallas could generally go toe-to-toe with Shanghai playing the Winston comps, and we'll see that later, but that was definitely a failure by Dallas. I just don't think the Sombra worked for them. I feel like Fleta was just getting way too much value on the Echo, and the fact that Fleta had a copy every time, I feel like they weren't getting like the team fight wins with the Sombra. Who do you think was better in 2021, Fleta or Sparkle?
Why no Moira here on the defense for the Fuel, man? Different approach with the Batiste in here.
Fleta, probably.
Lijiang Tower, right? As soon as they brought in the Batiste, they were able to.
It's close though. It's a good question.
Fights, Immortality field's massive. They weren't able to do that with the Moira in play.
All right, so we're gonna get Dallas is gonna play the Ryan Sigma brawl again with the Sim Mei on defense. Yeah, I feel like Shanghai just go range characters here, right? They just go Mercy. Are they gonna go Farah Mercy? Yeah. How do you stop this if you're Dallas?
This is a ton of damage, especially with the Mercy pop.
Lip. Yeah, Lip was not a question.
The
Flarkle.
So does Fleta
wobble, motherfucker.
But Claxo, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Taquito, thank you for the Prime sub as well. I missed that. Yo, Pick Picks for the 47 months. I missed that. No, good. Now that he's. Oh, okay, never mind. Not thank you for the resub. He told my chat to riot.
Complete control on the point here.
How does Fate die?
You can't rush somebody down.
Did he get slept in the backline?
And Accretion catches him, but he's already gotten Sparkle.
Yeah, I don't know why Fate went there. There's no reason to do that. That was a really questionable play by Fate.
With how much damage he puts down, you can't rush somebody down. And you see the Shanghai, they back them up into the corner. They don't push in right away. They just let Fleta just keep poking the damage as Sparkle comes back on the Soul.
Yeah, Hanbin down. There's no way.
Again, Hanbin's already been taken down, so that's 1 shield out of the picture. Void, okay, a little bit too close. Flew too close to the sun, maybe. Fielder looking in a dangerous position right now.
Nice.
Fleta definitely gets around the amplification matrix, so he can't get taken down by Batiste. damage.
Wow, that was a really unfortunate timing on the barrage with the man.
This is an elite performance right now.
Yo, the sparkle legs.
You're gonna have
So this is like around the time in the main melee where we're like, Dallas Fuel doesn't have a hit scam, because remember, XE retired, Pine has not been signed yet, no one's eligible to play, so it's just Sparkle and Doha. So we're like, Sparkle can't play hit scam, kind of in the way that we're like, Sparkle can't play Tracer. He ended up being good at Tracer, but Sparkle, like, I don't think we ever saw Sparkle play like Ashe, Widow, or Cassidy. You can play Soldier. Most like projectile players can play Soldier because it's very forgiving. It's like quite easy to aim and get damage and value. So this is around the time that like, but no one really likes playing Soldier. It's just a worse Cassidy, but you're better off playing something that you're comfortable on, but is worse. Well, I just don't know why they're so committed to the brawl here.
The stun potential's not really there. So what does Sparkle do for this position? Not a whole lot. We're looking at him just trying to find something.
He's gonna get the, oh, he almost got that primal off.
He gets frozen, goes a little bit too close to the
Good res by Lee J gone.
What a perfect way. Just hovers below the windowsill.
I think we saw Sparkle Ashe for like a few painful seconds at some point this season. That's how you know it went well. This is such a late death as well that they're probably just gonna cap second point for this.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Dallas Fuel in the sense that the Shanghai Dragons.
Surprised Flair didn't say Farah for streak. I think it's because with the anticipation, with Hanbin switching to D.Va, Sparkle switching to Soldier, I think you're better off just playing Echo, because like Soldier, D.Va can counter the Farah a little bit. Just go to Echo, like Echo's good still, right? While Farah I think can be countered a bit. Okay, they're gonna get the touch here. Are they gonna have anything for this? Fate's primaling in the background.
He shattered and he got slapped.
Oh wow, that was actually crazy sleep.
So much damage. You have a shatter here for Fearless.
This is so lucky. That's so sad by Fearless. They'd almost push him into that bomb as well. That big slam. Fate doing work. Yeah, Fate's actually been pounding on this Winston so far. It just doesn't feel like Dallas have the ability to counter him. I just don't really like the... Oh, they cap. I just don't like Dallas's comp. I think Dallas is just hard getting counter comped here. I feel like this is Dallas playing in NA for too long and everyone mirroring... Oh, and then they lose. They win the fight, but they lost the point. This is Dallas playing in NA for too long and then being like, oh, everyone plays Brawl on Kings Row, right? And Shanghai's like, what? No?
Izzy still alive here as well. So coming back for this next fight, all the Dallas Fuel are going to have is this Amp Matrix. So you can nano Fate here, send him in, you have the Bob. You're still in tremendous position for Shanghai.
Isn't that the strength of Dragons though? Flex on anything in top tier at all, yeah. Like Shanghai can play like Winston and Bull comps very, very well. Their weaknesses is definitely the Ryan comps, but like it's still serviceable. Like they'll beat most people in Ryan comps, just not like Dallas and the really good Ryan comps of the thing. Shanghai had some pretty good brawl towards the end in the finals, but earlier on in the season wasn't as good. Sneaky yucky. Watch Shanghai get held here? Well, like, this is where, like, the Ryan comp can thrive, right? It's like they're trying to walk up, and then as soon as they try and get close, they're just going to get EMP'd and run it.
I mean, considering how many metas and whatnot have been dominated by...
That was not a good EMP.
It's not something out of the question, but that'll be a 5-player EMP.
That was not a good EMP. Like, really bad EMP by Dallas. That was way too forced.
As they take out Fearless, he's just getting blown up, man. When you have the Echo in the mix, in the Ashes, this will be a self-destruct into the back. Doesn't connect anything.
That was such a good bomb as well. Like, yeah, it just forced Sparkle forward. The bomb didn't kill Sparkle, but it got Sparkle killed.
Extra space because their Ryan could just stand with his shield up and protect them from the blast. And they gave up strong positions, which means the Drags can continue stuffing them back into the corner here. Again, Fate goes a little too far, but Doha still picked up by Void. Still going to be crucial here, as neither DPS player from the Fuel really has...
Alright, interesting bomb.
2 bombs in the space of 30 seconds. Neither
a little bit too high. Once again, Flutter gets filled. Dude, Shanghai are just picking Dallas apart here. Jax is just a random beat. Oh, wow, they got Lee J gone though. That was a good play by Hanbin. Dude, Hanbin's so talented.
파티 미트 망치는 탱커 있겠다. 얘네 EMP도 와. 탱커 EMP 와. 발키리 채우는 게 낫겠다. 좀만 그 뒷라인하고
pull up a little bit short there. Fearless now has
not bad.
Shadow coming into the next fight. There will be a primal on board for the Dragons.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I don't know what they said.
Huge offer. Huge
But like you could tell what they're saying. They realized they lost the fight, and then they were doing ult tracking. Oh, Fate.
The Shanghai were a huge win in order to really.
I did that shit to Sideshow.
The Shanghai were rolling. Now that's
okay, reset.
You can push up a little bit now. You don't have to use a ton of your ultimates. You get a hack on the Fleta. And now you can start to kind of build some more ultimates of your own. Doha will end up with an EMP here for the next fight. So now Dallas starting to get
our broadcast production leveled up. Yeah, like broadcast was really good in 2021. I'm excited to see it in 2022 as well. It's just like 2020 was just so shit because they had to change everything at the drop of a hat, right? So 2021 brought back a lot of the production level that we knew and loved. That bomb can easily get booped into the pit, right?
They're actually blessed with many ultimates. We'll see what the
costs Shanghai 2 ultimates to just get that space. Oh my god, I thought he was going to fall again.
Maybe you follow it up with an EMP tac visor, not the most common.
That was a questionable primal and bob right there. I think they thought they were going to bob and then Fate was going to push him into it, but it just didn't work. Fate gets hacked as he gets nanoed. Oh god, that was a great EMP by Doha.
EMP tac visor, Jagon falls down first. I think Fate tries to hide.
Dude, Dallas are just rolling now.
Corner and sure they let him go for now because Izayaki and Fleta had already fallen. Matt, that is the second time in this part of the map that Fate has gotten a primal rage and not been able to create a big opportunity.
Cause we're having live matches again for Dallas and Houston are having a live match, aren't they? Already? Like it was announced as like one of the first weekends.
They just waited for the nano.
I don't think it's an enormous event. I actually don't know how many tickets they're selling. But yeah, I think there's going to be a crowd and they're going to be playing on stage. People are having watch parties, yeah, like I wouldn't like expect it to be like Burbank Arena or like anything like that, but Lee J Doa just gets Lee J on while he's valking. Oh, big shout out by Fearless as well. Why did Fate goes Orisa? I just don't think they're ever gonna get space here. Yeah, Fate should not have switched to Orisa.
Well, they didn't expect the Hanzo switch. When the Hanzo switch comes
so now Fate's playing ball. Fate gets like this sometimes where he plays like musical chairs with heroes because he just doesn't know how, like what to be effective on. Because he was getting bullied on the Winston. But he goes to Orisa, but Orisa doesn't make any sense. Like he's just gonna try and walk forward. As soon as he puts down an aggressive shield and goes forward, he's just gonna run it. So
to the end of the map that cart got. So both the main
he's getting targeted a lot. Yeah, I think he should just say Winston. It's just a touch, yeah, but like the Orisa didn't make any sense, right?
Composition to do it with as well.
The Orisa Batiste makes sense when they have the Sombra 76.
Do they plan on doing Orisa's for every team? No. I think it's like teams are opting in to do their own events and stuff like that. I think there will be like in-person tournaments. I assume for the mid-season and the playoffs there'll be some form of live event. But yeah.
That's when things really turn for the Dallas Fuel. Towards the end, and they're really smart switch there from Doha, but the Sombra
is that the same thing in your review back then? Probably.
Shanghai, some trouble. Did not expect that.
Like long term though, no, I don't think they'll ever go to a primary homestand model. I don't think that'll ever work.
When you get the Soldier 76, as he's not the first hit scan you go to. Really, kind of the last. As we take a replay here from Fearless's POV, just looking for a shatter on.
That was a great shatter. Holy crap!
That's a big one. It's just weird stuff from the Dallas Fuel. Like you can't practice. Nobody's gonna play those type of compositions.
I'm assuming NYXL is in New York. Yeah, like I assume NYXL if they're gonna do them. Like I think teams are gonna be doing them here and there. I don't think every team's gonna be doing them, but yeah.
Widowmaker here probably just locked for that.
Just moved to SoCal, so I hope stuff happens in LA. Hopefully, right?
The one unexpectedly sort of busts out the tracer.
We got 2 LA teams. Well, I guess the LA Valley don't count.
Like there is definitely room for growth here for the Fuel, and Sparkler's been stepping up.
All right, here we go. Zombie comp, Winston, Lucio, Moira. This is really like the beginning of the start of this zombie comps being played. Zombie comp gets played a lot in June Joust, but not as much in this series. So there's this really difficult strategy that they do here when they play this composition. So what they do is they run at people and then hope they kill everyone. That's the whole strategy. There's no depth further than that.
But still, it's a good way to win the fight. And with a
Echo is very good against this comp because obviously you can just do a ton of damage and the beam is very, very valuable against, like, because like there's no shield. So the Winston and the Diva, if they get below half health, they just get beamed and die. And like what? Like Fleta already has copy. Like they're just in trouble.
Just able to do tons of damage, burn players.
Zombie was Echo instead of Sombra? Yeah, but it's like pretty much the same thing, right?
Oh my. Fate hacked. He's in trouble. He's down. Sparkle able to find a kill, and Fleta now has to be the Winston that the Dragons need. Fielder isn't moved by Void. He dives out.
Dude, I'm so excited for this Overwatch 2 Echo change.
It's a great recovery from Shanghai.
It's just so oppressive to switch into a tank.
Everything that the Dragons need of him. This Echo play is just unbelievable.
The Winston play wasn't great in the Echo play.
Though, that we just talked about is, they got to go in to try and
Icarus?
let it alive. It goes a little bit too far. Is the Dallas Fuel able to get?
What does the Echo change? When Echo copies a tank, the maximum amount of health that she can get is 300. Well, when she copies anyone. So if she copies a Reinhardt, she only has 300 health as a Reinhardt. If she copies a Winston, she only has 300 health as a Winston. She copies a blah 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 blah. But if she copies like a Tracer, she has 150 health. But it can't go above 300 health.
Jay Gon gets the slappers out. Okay. Fearless is the primal rage now, able to isolate Lee Jae Gon, who gets the nano boost. The Dragons care so much about keeping their mercy alive, and in the fight, that it's Lee Jae Gon that gets.
Dude, this fight is chaos right now.
Soundberry now comes out from the Dallas Fuel, and Sparkle has a death blossom.
Oh, that's a blossom. Yep.
And so Lip and Izayaki crumble. And now we've got a Reaper in the back line. Fate has nowhere to go, and Sparkle saves.
Dude, Sparkle's just doing so much damage.
As it was a big Death Blossom from Sparkle on Lijiang Tower that connects with the Forearm Mercy. This time it's a 2K with the Death Blossom yet again.
Fair copies Primus is still capped at 300. I actually don't know the answer to that question. People who did ask that, I feel like it wouldn't. The Primal would be so useless. It'd be cool if it like scaled, like gave you like 500 health, but we'll see.
Street space, and those fights get obviously a little bit closer, you know, with the chokes narrowing. This is when the Reaper can be a little bit more effective.
See, he can play hit scan, but Reaper does not count as hit scan.
This really, you want to get the Reinhardt and the Reaper in the mix, run a player down with a hack, and take him out.
Doha able to build up towards another EMP already. The duplicate from Fleta, though, will be crucial. He did such a good job earlier on of countering it, and again, Fleta gets a duplicate.
Good EMP. I thought Lip was going in at the same time, and one of them was going to lose EMP, but Lip did not have EMP yet. Wow, good copy by Fleta. He's doing the work.
It actually works. Fearless and Jackson get
wow, that was great tracking. That's crazy that he managed to do that much damage to it.
Come alive here, and it's the coalescence that comes halfway through, Matt, that punishes.
Doha tracking, secretly goaded.
They connect with the sleep dart onto Fearless, and they start to go. They get the sleep dart onto Fearless, and then Fleta gets the copy on the Sparkle, and they walk right into Doha.
Dude, as soon as Fate switches to Winston, Fearless just goes Reinhardt. That's so toxic.
Oh, so see how it goes when he pops this one coming back in the next fight. Doha almost with another EMP of his own. He's building these up quite quick too. Self-destruct, buy some space, coming on in.
Yeah, Fate has to use his own bubble though, and that could be nasty now as he tries to advance. Here's the EMP.
Hits 3, pretty good.
He can hang around without the use of his ability.
This should be a cap. Sorry, teamfight win. Well, they're gonna Cole? Dude, Zombie Comp is so stupid. It's just like never lost. Oh god.
He'll be pushing.
Wow, that was a great TP by Sparkle. Got Brig Bash.
But it doesn't last for long enough. Harbin, though, was still able to use that window to get rid of Fleta.
Giga Chad Fearless. Fearless don't fear no man. Where's Fearless? Fearless was playing aggressive, but then the rest of his team got EMP'd, so he called aggressive.
Shanghai knows there's a few players calling out here. Is Doha still there too?
It's just beams and bombs everywhere. Yeah, beams and bobs. Bears.
Sparkle doesn't really care, right? Reaper's not.
Who do you think is best Winston in the league? Is not Fate. It would be like Fate is a smart player and he's a good Winston, but I think the best Winstons in the league is probably like Fearless Mag. Yeah, probably just Fearless Mag. Smurf, yeah, sorry. I knew I was forgetting one. Smurf. Fearless Mag, Smurf. I would say it would be the top 3.
Drop down now. Knowing that there'll be Fate above them.
Gooshway, I think Gooshway's fallen off in the last couple of years. Maybe it's because he's been on the Spark and that team's kind of doo-doo. But, oh, good counter to EMP. Yeah, but the Nano Winston's a problem.
Survivability not limited as much, but he still can't walk away. Void desuited. Fearless finds excuse me. Fearless finds Fleta with a charge. He was hacked. He couldn't fly away.
Yo, let's go Fearless. Wow, like, I feel like Dallas is always losing the fight, but this comp is just so oppressive and it just never loses.
Yeah, they're able to get Sparkle, but it's a shatter at the end of that.
Kushway fell off plus ratio. Plus L.
really, you know, Flender with the duplicates has done a ton of work here.
They still cracked on. Yeah, like as I said, I'm not disrespecting Gushue Winston. I would still probably say Gushue is probably like top 5, top 6. But I do not put Gushue on the same tier as Fearless, Mag, and Smurf right now.
Try and close the map out for the Dallas Fuel.
It's bizarre, especially
Gushue cosplay though. Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. S tier cosplay.
Hanbin will be alone if he tries to go up and clear. Hack on Fearless. It's got to be a sound barrier now because Fearless was also hit with a biotic grenade and a sleep dart and the kitchen sink.
People forget the first half of the season. Yeah, Fearless was like hard leading MVP in the first half of the season.
Here he comes jumping into the mix. Fearless is out at sea, and I mean that.
Fearless, like after the first stage, everyone was like, "Oh, Fearless is the MVP." But he had like a second half of the season.
There as well. Fleta actually duplicating the Hanbin on the Diva. You have EMP here for both teams. I feel like if you're the Dallas Fuel, you almost, if Lip uses the EMP, you almost just let that fight go. You'll have an Ant Matrix, a Shatter, you'll have attack visor to potentially.
Remember when thought Mag would be MVP? Washington was good. Right. Well, oh wow. He actually shot his fight. Oh, that's actually a good EMP as well. Actually, like that. Stops them from walking forward. Oh, they're gonna get the BAP. Washington were good in the first stage. We were like, ah, yes, the Washington we were promised. And then somewhere along the line, they decided to poo all over the bed. And I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line, they just became shit. It was around the time that Wrecking Ball became better.
This is the Dallas Fuel on the home stretch here, and they are going from strength to strength.
Dallas? Well, good touch by Fleta.
About all right now. The Dragons conversely have nothing to work with. They make a bunch of switches, just mobility, but they don't have ult percentage. Void is desuited. Fate has to step up now and make something happen, but it's all blue. All over the
Dallas.
And Izayaki can't touch. The Dallas Fuel
Clean.
Kings Row. They play the wackiest compositions, but the legs make it happen.
Just lock the legs. Right? I mean,
no, that is not the answer. Do not just lock the legs.
We talked about really the fourth map.
Alright, under Gibraltar. Fearless dip, dude. Fearless is so good.
This time, it's a.
I remember this map. If I remember correctly, this map is a massive Fearless dip. If I remember correctly, Fate hard struggles on the Winston on this map because we were like, ooh.
The other day, that matchup that they had against the Dallas Fuel.
These teams are so fun to watch. I love the flexibility of the main melee. Like this was actually such a good match.
Like we were talking about, they'll play Ash Tracer. You can't really. I mean, the Echo here is so
like in the other ones, like June Joust and the Countdown Cup. Like it just like they just played the best comps, and like one team was just better at them than the other, right? Like.
Yeah, you don't want. Sometimes you want to drop altitude if you can, and she just can't do that quickly at times. So it makes her so vulnerable to Deadeye, for example. Good chase there on Fearless. You saw the pressure from Fleta really starting to mount already.
So Izyaki's gonna play Zen, Mercy, Winston, Ash, and alright. So here's what I say about this as well. I understand. Like, how does Fate do anything on this combo? I think you really need the Ana to be effective. It feels like the Shanghai Dragons. Oh, good sleep. I think the Shanghai Dragons are not setting Fate up for success here as well. They're putting all their eggs in the Lip basket, the Lip Ash basket, and the Izyaki's Zen basket. Like it's like they want to play the Wrecking Ball comp, they just haven't worked it out yet. They haven't fleshed. Oh, Fate's dead. Like.
Oh, that biotic grenade though, that was so nasty. Fielder, what a huge connection. Fate again getting targeted.
Because like Fate likes to play the game with less resources and enable his teams. Like he's a very selfless tank, but like he can't do anything as Winston.
Izayaki tries for a salvo of orbs there, but can't stay alive with a nano boosted Winston. Fearless won't overcommit.
Oh fuck, Bob!
As soon as possible. There's a hacked mini health pack. He'll be able to get multiple of
wow, they got both tanks as well. That was a good recon test by Shanghai.
He needed time to heal up, and Void didn't want to give it.
And the clock doesn't make a ton of progress because the Bob from Lip just goes on and contests the entire time. So the Dallas Fuel, they make a bit of.
I'm not sure if contenders teams were playing the ball stuff.
Close to completing the map is Sparkle with a pulse bomb. He'll end up falling. And that was a situation he was in there like basically 1-on-5. Now for the Dallas Fuel, you have an EMP coming up. EMP plus Rally could be a big combination, but with everybody playing up on the high ground, it's going to be difficult to connect with everybody.
I think AT were okay. I'm not sure where we were at that point.
Transcendence available for Izayaki here, which likely means he'd have to drop off the high ground in order to provide that. And there's still a risk of getting.
What was hard managing off season? Yeah, I can totally see that. Because NA teams are generally not, and players are generally not very good at Winston. We're gonna like ball Ryan Orisa. But I feel like Winston is like the one thing that a lot of the North American players are just nowhere near close to what the APAC region is.
He knows the Transcendence is coming, so he sits here on the high ground, and Fate did get hit with a biotic grenade, but he isn't punished even though he's inside that Transcendence.
Ah, brutal.
Hanbin tries to re-soup it. Izyaki's too sharp.
Well, Fearless ends up using Primal to force out the Transcendence. They're just not able to kind of keep everybody topped up and healthy to kind of fight this. Is now maybe you can. A nano boost onto Fearless. You have the EMP to take advantage here. With Shanghai used.
What was this match? May?
Gonna have to hide,
it was melee. The date, the official date? May 9th, 2021.
Constantly looking to stick that Discord orb to him. Basically says, kick me if I'm honest.
Dallas pressing Q, yeah. It feels like Dallas are just struggling to like deal with this Echo, this Ashe like Mercy. Feels like they're investing so many resources into killing the Ashe Mercy, and then they're just losing too many people. And then like Shanghai is always getting the res off.
And they are making limited progress on this
Ooh, Flutter.
I mentioned Izzyaki could be a huge difference maker, but the Mercy play has been huge here for the Shanghai Dragons overall in the series. Being able to get a res there is massive.
Realistically, how many Western Winstons are there where you can say they're good at it? Who do you think is the best Western Winston, guys? Who's the best Western Winston that we have?
Not normally the Genji player on this team, but something with a bit of mobility is going to be required. Sparkle already on the Tracer. Quite a throwback composition, this one.
Fearless, that ain't it.
Ward Sparkle away from the cart. We're now into overtime. To the high ground, that was Fearless on a drive-by. Trying to get up there. Fate has a primal rage. He's going to use it inside that small room.
Super doesn't count anymore, guys.
Sparkle has a pulse bomb. He's waiting desperately.
Guess it might have to be Reiner. Yeah, and that sort of says a lot, right? Like, you can maybe say that it's like, oh, Western players just haven't needed to play it, so we can't really judge it. But the fact that Western players never seem to want to play it, Doha and the Genji, it sort of speaks volumes to it. So, I don't know. Maybe if we end up in a Winston meta in Overwatch 2, maybe a Doomfist meta, we'll find out, but yeah. Muse also not a Western player.
For Shanghai, but this is going to allow the Dallas Fuel to get some high.
There are like 3 Western main tanks, yeah, and that's the big problem, right?
Doha that opened things up. Fearless with a beautiful primal rage, as usual.
Timer, yo.
And now Lip is going to move.
What about Asian players in the Western region? No, they don't count.
That's going to come through. Going to play his Sombra.
They're only players that they still count as like APAC players, unless they've been like living in NA for the last like 4 years. Like I don't think there's anyone under that, guys.
Goes in for Doha. He gets a lot of air and is able to stop Jagon before he can get potentially stunned. No dash available for Doha.
I don't know why he dashed there.
He eventually gets brought down by Lip, but still,
in my professional Genji opinion, I feel like he shouldn't have slash dashed into the ground. But hey, you know, Doha might be a better Genji than me. I'm not sure.
To the back of the head, like an Italian father does the job. Now Fletter's going to return back to the card again. It's just going to be Sparkle here just to harass Doha.
I think he thought the monkey was going to die if he slashed.
Which is interesting because this is
if he dashed.
Kind of something that almost Shanghai would want to play, right? With the Tracer. And
but yeah, he had way too much help.
The Dallas Fuel and
so it was best Western Monkey and Genji. Oh, that's not true. When was the last time we saw Super play Monkey?
Great job controlling the payload.
Dragon uses his bash to try and punish Sparkle, but he blinks in a direction that Lee Jagon does not expect. From behind, Sparkle has to recall.
Last year? Did he play it last year?
He's actually able to avoid the EMP because he recalled.
2021 playoffs. Oh, there you go. Oh, like Super's always a good Winston. I just can't remember.
To get the resuit, but Doha still causing so many problems from above. He gets rid of Izzyaki. That's huge. Focusing beam. Lee Jagon's forced away, and Hanbin's trying to chase him down.
Oh, Lee Jagon! Oh, you got him. Holy crap. That was close.
Eventually goes down. Yes, Hanbin gets desuited, but it's really just void on the cart right now. The focusing beam takes a big chunk out of him.
Reload. 1 second.
The fight, he's down to 10% of his health, but he's so annoying to deal with.
Is Doha gonna die? Oh my god, Fate is just outplaying the shit out of Doha right now.
Yeah, but you're gonna have Fearless.
Dude, Haman's doing so much work.
As he gets back into the fight, they're gonna deal with Void.
Haman's just killing people left and right.
Who's gonna fall low? As you have a duplicate if you wanted to finish it off, but the switches from the Dallas you'll look to have paid off. They're gonna take this second checkpoint.
Doha working so hard, yeah. I don't think Doha was popping off that hard though. He could have easily ended that fight earlier, I think, if he had popped off.
Yeah, now Shanghai are gonna have to play around this EMP. it was a real, you know, after they lost the one player, they end up losing its fielder to Fate with a nano boost. It was Jexay with a rally.
What happened to Repel? He's disappeared. Did Repel retire?
The Dallas Fuel was pushing on through. They were getting kills. They were doing enough damage. You just had a...
Harbin was an MVP nominee, yeah. I don't think Harbin was ever going to win over Fearless. I feel like, Pete, you just don't see the impact as much from Harbin, but yeah, Harbin's insane. Retired? Yeah, okay.
He has plenty of time to build a primal, and he has it. But Harbin's already gone down. You can see the Fate in the backline with a primal rate of his own.
Still crazy that Feel one map away from taking Dragon's spot. This one, I feel like they would have been able to match Fuel and Brawl better. It's kind of crazy. Like, Shanghai almost lost to so many different teams. Like, they almost lost to... Didn't they almost lose to Florida in the first round? And then they lost to Dallas by 1 map. And then they lost to Dallas by 2 maps in the finals, right? Like, they almost lost so many times.
Might be caught. A very timely nano boost there to Fate to keep him in the fight. Big body grenade though. Fearless hit with that one, and he's hacked. Really nothing he can do to stay alive.
Since Shannon 2022 played 1.5 hours of this, and yeah.
Izayaki trying to pressure. One more hit will get the job done, but he cannot catch.
Oh god, Sparkle.
And now Lip returns to defend. Sparkle doesn't get what he can.
So, and this is what I say, like, people are like, Sparkle was a top 5 tracer. It's like, Sparkle was for, oh no! Well, Sparkle was good, especially his pulse bombs, but his mechanics, especially with his aim and the way, like, that kind of stuff is just nowhere close to, like, your Lips and your Flatters and your Strikers, etc., and your Prophet.
The Dragons don't have the players to make a decent comeback right now.
So it got better, yeah, but it still never hit that point, right? Like, it was definitely better than D tier, right? Like, I'm not saying it wasn't not D tier, but that was a great juggle onto Lee J gun. Jay's top 10. I think he was top 10 last year. Like, if you're just looking at raw performance. Obviously, he's on Dallas, so it makes it easier, but I think you can't take that away from him. Sparkle Dragon is yikes. Yeah, it's just not as good as these other players. What specifically happened to Tracer primary fire? They reduced the damage per bullet.
Also something that we haven't seen the APAC teams do. The APAC teams really like to play the Diva with the Winston.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen a ton of this.
Yeah, it's only the exact same 180 pulse one, but he was landing them and he was getting value on the Tracer, so you can't deny that he wasn't getting value on the Tracer.
Want to enable Fearless to go a little further than before. And you can see
his aim's still good, yeah. But like, you can't compare him to Lip, right? I dare you to watch Lip's aim and then watch Sparkle's aim and then say you're even like, it's close, right? It just isn't.
In the bubble from the Zarya is also...
Is this where Lip's Tracer came out? Yeah, I think this might be the one where he plays it on Blizzard World and he just fucking pops off.
It's kind of what they've been doing a little bit this series, is trying to get the hacks on a Fearless, finish him off, as they know that Fearless is the key for the Dallas Fuel. Having that bubble is massive.
Flatter Prophet would be the best DPS line you could have, would you agree?
So, be able to have this
I think Lip Prophet is the best DPS line I could ever have. I think Lip is more of a monster than Flatter these days.
Both putting on elite performances here. Sparkle and Lip dueling to the death across the map. Sleep dart from Izayaki doesn't connect to Doha.
Harmin Zai, yeah, trying to play that double bubble.
Like there was no intention of giving
Leaving Lip? Yeah, I could go leaving Lip as well. I think if I was going for like perfect, I would go leave Lip. If I could choose 2 players regardless of anything else, I would go leave Lip.
Fearless, however, gets the nano when it's put to sleep after Harmin is taken down, so the Dragons deal very well with Dallas trying to start.
Lip can hit scan, yeah. Lip can hit scan, he can play the Tracer. Then you have Leave to play all the other heroes.
Just trying to kite this, touch the point a little bit. They know he has EMP. That's why they're trying to get this kill. He was so low. Do you even have a chance to touch? It'll be Sparkle gets on the point. That'll be a Zarya bubble. And a
4-player EMP, not bad.
The Zarya bubble, this Sombra, just to make sure that there's no chance of interrupting it. Good tech, and that's a lot of respect to someone like Lee Jae-gon or Izayaki who could have interrupted it if they knew it was coming.
Oh, Fate's dead. Fate just got fucking hacked and rolled. He just got the... He just threw that shit at Void. Dude, Hanbin doesn't give a fuck. What? Oh my god. He was flying at him as well. Like, there's like a... Most of the time, Void would have had Matrix up there. That was actually... That was disrespectful. That was a disrespectful gap throw.
This guy's ice cold, and it works. They get rid of Fate. Lee Jae-gon is down. Dallas win a big fight here, and then set themselves up.
No language barrier, Kev's to leave DPS. Nah. Do you guys actually think Kevster is a better player than Lip? Genuine question to some people in chat saying Kevster. Alright, we're good, we're good. I'm not disrespecting Kevster. Kevster's still the best. I'm just making sure we're clear, chat, that you guys aren't saying Kevster's better than Lip. Like, I just think that's unfair to Lip. I think Lip is the best player now. I think Leave is the best player now. I think Lip is the second best player now. And that's how I voted. Like, if I didn't vote for Leave, I would have voted for Lip. Leave, Lip were definitely the number 1 and 2 in my opinion. Kev's top 5. I think you can put Kev's the top 3 last season if you really want to make your case. But I don't think you can put Kevster over Lip and Leave at all. But I think you make it. I think he's definitely top 5.
Flanner is eyeing off the competition. Maybe just trying
Hey, Lipshit, I think there's a complete... Oh, nice pulse bomb. Hits Izayaki. There's the 180 pulse bomb, by the way. Like, if you voted for Lip, I have no problem with you voting for Lip for MVP. Like, I completely understand that logic. I don't have a problem with that at all. There are some people, like some people voted for certain MVPs, and I was like, Shu for MVP. Like, Shu was great in the final 2 stages. Shu was great. But Shu was not the MVP of the league. Like, some people voted for Shu number 1. I'm like, I don't know how you can vote for Shu number 1. Like, I think, yeah, you can make an argument that maybe he was the best flex support. But
and an EMP. You can nano Fearless here if you want. You know, play up in this blue box area.
The Shu vote was such recent. It was the definition of recency bias was the Shu vote. Like,
just going and doing it. Okay. He's going to try and make this happen, but Fletcher gets a duplicate on the Winston early.
Izayaki or Fielder were better, yeah. Like, I would have rather gone with Izayaki or Fielder in the season as well. But I can see where you're coming from with Shu. Shu had some crazy Baptiste plays. He had some things, but as people said, recency bias is just in full effect when you're talking about Shu. Because Shu had a really... People forget, Shu was really average in the first half of the season, right? Like, he would, like, especially the May Melee, he was really average. Like, Gladiators hadn't found their footing. Shu was definitely not a solution. He was like... He was doing his like solo stuff, but like not getting as much value. Man, main support MVP. I don't think a main support will ever get MVP, unless Lucio just becomes hard meta in Overwatch 2 for this upcoming season, and someone is just the greatest player to ever touch the game and just starts 1v1ing everyone. I don't think you'll ever see a Lucio, a main support winner MVP. Frogger Overwatch Alpha MVP. Just give it to him.
Into the ass.
I heard Custa voted for Jimmy for MVP smiley face.
No, you never. Never. I reported Jimmy for intentional feeding to John Spector. That's what I did. I said I think Jimmy's win trading.
That's a tough one. This is Shanghai just rolling through the checkpoint B. That's massive for their chances to finish the map. Now they have a good shot. 3 minutes and 12 seconds. A lot of time here towards the end.
The main support can't get MVP. The game needs changing. That's just 100% not true.
Mini health packs with Sparkle in the fight.
That's just like not how anything works.
I don't blame him.
You know how many sports are like that? Like, think about how many sports are like that. There are roles that are just not as impactful as other roles. That's just straight up true. Like, not everyone is equal in Overwatch. Main supports, you play heroes that are not as impactful. It's just the truth. It's the same problem with off tank. Off tanks have had a lot of times in which they're just not as impactful as other ones, right? Left guards for NFL MVP, yeah, like. It's just too hard to give that kind of stuff because a lot of the impact that main supports provide is not witnessed and not appreciated. Now 7 says Mercy is the hardest hero to have impact on Climate. Absolutely, because you are leveraged and you are connected to somebody else. Your success is 100% dependent. Thank you very much, Money. Mr. Wojo, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you for $3, by the way, Jimmy Lover. Jimmy Tension, thank you for 13. And Mr. Wojo with the 300 bits. Time for the beta code, Custa. Love you. Oh, God.
Is that how good Lip was in Tracer in the first series?
Off-tank, very noticeable. Yeah, but not in all metas, right? Like, there have been metas where off-tank isn't as valuable, right? Like, in Sig metas, it's very valuable. In Diva metas like these, very valuable.
Okay, so Doha is going to duplicate the Winston.
But we've had Diva metas where the Diva is very much not as impactful. I think maybe before she got rockets, maybe I'm just talking old school Diva before she got rockets and was able to have that offensive capability.
Fletter now going to be dueling out with Gillis, who gets hit with a bite grenade, and Harbin also low. Great connection from Izayaki, but asleep. No primal rage now for Fletter. He'll be out of duplication before he can. Oh, no, he builds it. But then he comes out.
Kind of like main tanks. Yeah, and horse. Yeah, like if you're playing Orisa, it's almost going to be impossible to win MVP. Oh god, that was a disrespectful grab.
Trying to take him out. The bubble comes through. You have a self-destruct to push players back. You get nothing for that grab.
That was a pretty good hold by Dallas. Thank you very much, Money.
Hanbin doesn't get anything out of the grab.
Lando's gay cousin. Thank you very much for the prime sub. Elwood R Blues. Thank you for the 500 bits. Thanks for the fresh Overwatch 2 content this morning. Yo, thank you very much. Yo, thank you very much for all the love, guys. I appreciate y'all. See, Sparkle, you gotta do a 180. Otherwise, it doesn't connect. You know the rules.
No primal though, and the Dragons have to back away.
Maybe with Nurissa, yeah, maybe. Oh, this meta is so interesting. It's very back and forth. This is a good old classic. Like, I think Winston, like, double bubble versus double bubble with, like, the Ana Brig, I think is a really good meta. I think it's really good Overwatch. I think it's fun. You can see the Winstons have value. There's traces. The main support Brig has value. You get to see Ana's going for sleeps. Echo is super high skill ceiling. So I think this meta is really cool. It gets ruined in the next month when it goes to zombie comp. What did we ban? What were the hero pools in June Joust? Echo, was it Echo Trace? Echo, was it? No, not Echo, it was Tracer because Echo was played a lot. It was Reaper Echo. It was Tracer, Sombra Tracer, yeah, Ryan, yeah, that was right. Sombra Tracer, Ryan.
Which definitely goes to Fearless in the next fight. Dallas have a lot of durability and their old cycling is
Ana?
Working really efficiently.
Zen?
You don't know. You could also, like I mentioned, they gave it to Hanbin.
Zen Tracer Sombra Ryan, yeah.
Charge, and they start to push through towards the.
That sounds about right.
Give the nano over to Hanbin to keep him alive with that. And they do. They give the nano boost to Hanbin.
I mean, nothing Void can do about Hanbin's damage. He can just cut through that mech with a laser. Fate Primal Rage inside the Graviton Surge, so uses it defensively. But Fielder's already gone down, and Fate's actually starting to get value from that.
Ooh, Fate! Plus!
Dallas are getting absolutely walloped right now. And with 7 seconds left,
Shanghai just dropped a lot of ults on that. What was that? Rally? Maybe Nano Primal thing?
Reinforcements for the Dallas Fuel. Jexa has to be healed basically inside his own spawn, and here's the wrecking the reinforcements for the Dallas Fuel. The map absolutely walloped right now. And with 7 seconds left, the Dragons are close.
Fielder switches to Mercy. Reses Jexe. Switches to Lucio.
Jexa has to be healed basically inside his own spawn, and here's the wrecking ball now from Fearless.
Okay, I see you, Fielder. Alright, never mind, Fielder's dead. But Jexe might get rally now.
Keep the Dragons ahead in this fight. Hanbin falls to the focusing beam. Flatter really cutting through those bulky tanks, but Doa's gonna make
gets the rally. Oh my god, Fearless lived. Oh god, they got the Echo Primal. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, I am so mad if I'm Shanghai Dragons. This is actually so toxic.
Good defensive biotic grenade. That keeps Fearless topped up.
Oh, Doa gets Izzyaki. It doesn't even matter that he dies.
Finds the trade kill and Fearless is down. Now Flatter has a duplicate of his
own
on the horizon.
VJ Gon's got rally though. If Fate lives there and fine. Oh, he got stuck.
Sparkle gets rid of Fate, but J-Gon bonks him and gets rid of him now.
Bonk.
Been put to sleep and Jackson trying to stay alive. Not enough Inspire procs to stay.
Fielder's gonna get rally here. Sorry, Nano. Oh god, Doomfist. PTSD. No way, dude. Absolutely not.
Eggs in this basket right now, and that's the correct choice. The Dallas Fuel come out on top.
That was a crazy fight. Dude, Izzyaki is every single Shanghai Dragons fan. Bruh.
Plays during that is so Fearless comes out of spawn, Primal Rage breaks on through.
Why Insano? Watch out was actually crazy, yeah. Alright. Crazy fight, crazy fight. On to Ilias. Hanbin did not die, yeah. But you gotta give Dallas Fuel supports credits there. Like Jexe getting rally, staying alive, not going too aggressive until he got rally, and then Fielder staying in spawn, not dying. I think Fielder's healing on the Ana was like crazy. He all got up to an Ana, right?
Instead of having to deal with anything potentially unexpected.
Alright, what do we got? Winston versus... Alright, so Shanghai, actually, this is the comp that Shanghai finds in the June Joust, and they literally just one-trick it through the rest of the league. So, this is funny.
And they know Dallas is really going to change up that many comps, because they can't. Right? They play a select few things, although some big switches at certain times is Fate now on the Wrecking Ball. Goes in deep. Is this going to be a lot of disruption, right? The Wrecking Ball.
Oh, wow.
The Zenyatta, the Tracer in the midst. Just
Flatter is disgusting. Flatter's Echo is crazy.
So
Fleta's top 3 Echo. What other Echoes are better than Fleta? Do you think Leaves Echo's better? Who's a better Echo than Fleta? Or is Fleta still number 1 or 2? Pelican? Yeah, Pelican. I don't think Leaf does have a better Echo. I think he has a good Echo, but I don't think it's better than Fleta. I think I can see Pelican. I think Leaf. I think the 3 would be Fleta, Leaf, Pelly. But I would probably put Fleta might be number 1. Maybe Pelly. I don't know. But Shy's Echo's not bad. Yeah, but it's not in that. It's not in that with the top 3. Teary Folds 137 is better. Oh, okay, yeah. I like Naga's Echo, yeah, but it's still not the same. Speedily, yeah, dude, we'll get to see it this year. Dude, Lip is just... Dude, Dallas haven't even played the game yet. The oppressiveness of the Zen comp is coming in full effect.
A very interesting Brigida matchup here between Jagon and Jexa. Jexa, in the main melee, leads in terms of healing and defensive assists. Jagon leads in terms of hero damage done and Inspire uptime, which is a result of how much you're hitting someone. Different style. Jagon very much more aggressive, and Jexa going to switch.
Where do you put Sam's Echo? We'll find out this year. It's hard to know. Alpha Year Echo is better than Speedily Echo. Ooh, that's a kind of a spicy take. I don't hate it. Like, I've seen Alpha Year's Echo. It's fucking nuts, but it's kind of interesting having 2 very different players, right?
Can't be relying on an EMP for every fight, though. They've already conceded 80%.
This is where Lip starts to carry. Yeah, Lips goes sicko on this map.
And they've lost Jexa in this fight. Fate's going to be annoying.
Alpha Year underrated, yeah. I think a lot of people are underrating a lot of the rookies coming into the Hangzhou Spark, but that's just because they don't know who they are.
Eldorado, I suspect.
People are always going to be biased towards players that they've watched more or that they know.
Safe from close quarters. He's still alive. And it's 94% on the ticker for the Dragons. Fate switching to the Winston.
You can keep fighting.
So many rookies, yeah.
It's going to be the copy from Fleta getting a Tracer. It'll be a Coalescence that comes out. They need to keep everybody alive.
Dude, Field is just running from Fleta. Fleta just wanted to hit that pulse bomb.
By the Coalescence from Fielder, and that was when Fielder was at his most vulnerable. He cannot fade away during Coalescence, so that pulse bomb, if it had stuck, it would have been game over. Hanbin gets away, self-destruct over the top there. Bit of a cheeky fade away. And that Transcendence wouldn't have saved anyone from the self-destruct if it had hit, but it didn't. And Jagon now has a rally to follow.
Zombie comp!
The Dragons have a lot of durability here, and they're ready to fight to end the round.
There's no Reaper or anything like that, though.
It's difficult for the Dallas Fuel.
Lee Jagon rally. Like, how does Dallas Fuel win this fight against the rally?
Everybody on the Shanghai Dragons topped up. They can't
yeah, fucking hell. It's just so much damage with the Discord.
This guy to Tracer, you just can't match it if you're the Dallas Fuel.
Fearless is hit with a Discord orb and a focusing beam, so he just evaporates in an instant. The pulse bomb, well, easy come, easy go for Lip. He didn't even need to connect that one. Most of the hard work had already been done.
I've watched a bunch of proper VODs lately. Proper aims like Lip. I think Proper has like, I think Proper might have the same level of tracking as Lip at certain times. Same thing with Arns. Arns has some crazy tracking as well. I would say like Lip, Proper, and Arns probably have some of the craziest tracking that I've seen.
Reserved for special occasions like desperation.
Maybe, you know, if Jexa stays alive a second longer, you have a sound barrier, but really strong performance here from the Shanghai Dragons to kick things off on Ilios. But like I mentioned, Ruins, you know, a point where you can play a lot of the Wrecking Ball, a lot of compositions that Shanghai Dragons want to play.
Arns looks like genuine auto target. Yeah, that's how I feel the same as well.
Dallas Fuel this far looks like they're going to be playing probably, you know, the Winston-based.
Do you think hit scan or projectile flex players make better traces? Hit scan players.
Lips POV is
in general. Oh wow, Jexa almost got them.
Credit to Jexa because his shield bash prevents Fielder from dying to the pulse bomb. Unfortunately, Lip was still.
I would expect to see Lip play the Tracer, yeah. Open grip, unless it's like a Tracer hit scan meta.
Again, you mentioned that Ruins was a pretty bad map for the Fuel to draw. Now the Echo for Doha will have a bit more protection as there's some of these protrusive buildings and roofs he can hide behind if he needs to.
I feel like this should play out better for the Dallas Fuel. You can jump up here on the high ground.
Oh wow! Really oh, I thought he stuck under Doha. That was so. Oh, nice hunt.
They keep Izzyaki alive and just all the damage.
Dude, he's 1 health. He's actually has balls of steel to go back in there.
They jump right.
Woo, okay, Flat, I see you.
Izzyaki lives. Everybody else puts down the damage. The Discord orb in there pays off big. Just kind of sitting on top of the Zen. The Zen is the dive target, but it's also, you know, with the Brig and then the Echo damage, it's going to be a difficult one to take out.
It's a problem for the Fuel, who play so heavily around Fearless and actually devote so many resources to their main tank.
Dude, you got hit late. I'll watch it after, Heisey.
And he's no longer an Apex Predator when that is afoot. Sparkle has to get away from the point there.
11 flutter works at well because they're both hyper flexes, which is scary, yeah. That's it, like their flexibility as a two-man duo is just so good, and that's what makes Lip Flutter one of the best duos, and that's what makes Leave also a great player, is they both have, like, they all have such high flexibility, same with Prophet. That's why people hold them at such a high standard, because they play so many heroes at such a high standard. Like, obviously there are some people who are individually great on this hero and maybe better than them at the other ones, but it's the hyper flexibility and the consistency that makes them such great players.
In Fleta, just so much help for Izzyaki, because they know if they keep him alive with the Discord Orb and to pick off.
Dude, Lip is just ruining Jexay's day.
Longer here, if you're the Dallas Fuel, is they're just trying to make anything happen. It's Fearless actually.
Like this map, oh wow. Wait, Dallas are winning this? Sorry, what?
Brilliant there. Fearless gets a swipe of the fists, and there's no rocket boosters available for Void.
Oh, is that? Oh, wow, and they got Lee Jig on. That's a waste of rally right there. And they capped, so this whole time they're ticking up as well.
To play out like that, they get that first pick off. You get the break.
Wobble, wobble, motherfucker.
Go back, reset. Sparkle on the point.
Lip plays Hitscan, Tracer, and Hanzo and Sombra, which is a very deep hero pool. He just doesn't play like Echo, Pharah, like the silly heroes, but he doesn't need to. That's Flutter, right?
They can play a little bit more aggressive, play up on that high ground. And
Zalaris, thank you for the prime sub. Why did they drop Jexay? No idea. It's hard to know, right? Maybe Jexay didn't want to play again. Maybe it was Jexay's decision. Not. Sparkle down. Oh, wow. Shanghai got the cap. That's really bad for them. Fate does die, though.
Hardman gets rid of Lip, but the damage was already done as he claimed Fielder. It's only Jexay really here for the heals.
Oh, no.
Won't get a primal rage here. Dallas still need point control. They're committing that. They're going with the rally now. They might be short-handed, but they know they need to take this back post-haste.
Yeah, they're going to have the primal rage here from Fearless again, and he's going to go up to the high ground, gets discorded, but...
Oh, good dive on Izzyaki. That was really smart to, like, disengage from the bomb and use that time to go kill Izzyaki, and then they just come back.
All of the spots that the damage is coming from here.
Shanghai has the point this whole time. If Dallas held the point, they were in a really good spot, but... Oh, God, that was so expensive for Dallas.
When Izzyarki's off the map, they really don't have enough healing to work with, especially with Jagon being knocked out of inside.
Can't all pros just play any character great? Maybe not as strong as they're made, but almost as good. I don't see how they're bad at anything. Well, they're not. Okay. Remember, when we say someone is bad at something, that doesn't mean they're bad at the hero. Yeah, they're still in the 0.001%, but we are relating them to each other, right? We're not relating them to fucking Timmy and Silver, right? We're putting them all at high standards against each other. So when we say they can't play something, generally that means when we're like, oh yeah, they can't play that, it means they're in the bottom half of being able to play that hero in the league. Or they're in the bottom few of being able to play that hero in the league, right? Like every single outplayer can get every hero to at least GM, right? Like probably 4,300, 4,400. But there's a big difference to being able to play at the best in the world and all that kind of stuff.
Void wasn't desuited. Harpin almost gets desuited himself, pushing quite far. Fearless has got to commit. Yeah, Primal Rage straight over the top. That's brilliant. Izzyaki gets that one dropped on him. They say it's
Dallas kind of rolling now.
On your head. I don't think Izzyaki feels like that about what Harpin just did to him.
Yeah, it's a nano boost from Fielder.
Timmy MVP 2022.
Right away, and they kick the fight off with Fearless, Hanbin, and Doha just putting damage down onto the supports and some of the other players. For the Shanghai
I'm Timmy and I'm Silver. Oh no, I'm sorry. Not you, a different Timmy and Silver.
The Dallas Fuel's favor, and like I mentioned, you get it above like 80%, you're in a one-fight territory now.
Fake takes a bunch of damage. All the Fuel.
Oh, he's dead. Holy fuck. Dallas Fuel just eyes. Oh, we got Sparkle though. Did Sparkle try and recall into mines? That was pretty silly by Sparkle.
Here's trouble for the Dragons now.
Run, Izzyaki, run! Oh, he's got trance. That's actually so big. Oh, they got the point as well, so now Dallas has to touch.
Have to get back to the point now. They need to win the fight. They aren't touching right now. And there we go. It's going to be Humber that keeps it going.
Doha gets Izzy. Flutter! Oh, actually, I remember this one. This is the one where we're like, Flutter, don't stop copying our adders. Doesn't he pound?
Back up to get rid of them. They can return, but will it be quick enough? Fearless is doing a good job.
He does pound. I remember this.
Too late though. Fearless already gets hit with a biotic grenade. He can't be healed, even though the cavalry's arrived. There's nothing they can do. Dead to rights he was, but Doha finds a quick double.
Doha's doing work in this fight. Oh boy.
That's what the Dragons needed. That's what's going to keep them in the series.
That was a crazy fight. I think Sparkle recoiling into those mines was a big mistake.
Supports for so long, like you mentioned. The Dallas Fuel try and juggle it on the point. They went in deep, trying to get the Transcendence out of Izzyaki.
Alright, Blizzard World.
It just makes too much sense for us to see a Game 7 here. Potentially.
Every map is so close. This series in general was just super hype. It was just such a good tournament.
Interesting. So I would... They're gonna come out with.
Who are we to criticize what Flutter does? It's my job.
Soldier worked out for them on King's Row.
I'm just wrong a lot. You just accept that you're wrong a lot.
They'll have the Lucio with the Batiste in the mix. And you have the Sigma here, where they didn't run the Sigma, if I remember correctly, on King's Row. I believe they ran the Diva. But the Sigma allows them to put the shield by the 76, give him even more room to operate. So Shanghai is probably going to want to play the Wrecking Ball. I wonder if they see this, if they make some type of adjustment, if they want to continue to play the ball into it.
Didn't Lip never play Tracer? Yeah, like, none of us were... before this season coming in, people were like, nah, Lip doesn't know how to play Tracer. But Lip's Tracer just came out of nowhere and was fucking bonkers good. It was crazy.
Okay. Whatever it is, it's prompted fate to... Maybe the Winston?
Everybody back.
Who do you think is better, Carpe or Arns? Arns, 100%.
Everybody back.
Right. Oh,
Carpe's got to prove that he still has what it takes. Obviously, Carpe was better in 2018, but Arns was way better in 2020. They both had their time in the sun. See how it goes in 2022.
This is going to be so...
Sean, what's this? This is May Melee 2021 finals. Ooh. The Fleta May? Shanghai Dragons Brawl? Sparkle Soldier?
But then we see the Echo switch and whatnot come in for Shanghai as Shanghai...
Predictions who wins? My money is on Dallas. $100.
Yeah, they got Fearless, but Fearless in a position to pretty easily deploy the Immortality Field.
Oh, Fearless still dies.
It comes too late.
Soldier's just such a bad hero here. They're playing Soldier Sombra, like they literally just don't have the DPS to deal with the brawl.
Saunter up to the point nonchalantly.
So let's see now if the Dallas Fuel decide to make some changes. You still have Jexay and Fielder here. Jexay will try and run away.
Harmon said on stream there that you went Soldier because they knew it would beat Dragon's Brawl and they were comfortable facing it. Yeah, that's fucking 900 levels of deep.
So you're not gonna see the sim.
That's actually so smart to like get them to play it, because once they're on it, they're probably not going to want to switch off of it. But with that strategy, you're kind of giving up the first point. I'm sure they're hoping that they don't, but that's a fucking Giga Brain thing if true.
So your main damage is Fearless and Fielder, I guess, with this setup. And Matrix.
They weren't expecting Brawl, yeah, but they wanted to force him into Brawl.
Still, the
Is what someone was saying.
Unperturbed by that, they step to the left. And they'll shuffle over to the right in just a moment here after they are sure that that has expired. Shanghai look much better here so far. Let's see what this Sparkle Doha duo can concoct. EMP, Doha maybe thought about it, but knows he might have been blown up there. Immortality Field deployed to the right-hand side, if I'm not mistaken. Harmony got pressured.
That was weird because I thought Doha died on the Sombra. I was like, wait, how did he die?
Manual hack on Fleta.
So they're trying to chase Fleta down as they'll finally get him. That'll be a shatter from Fearless. Doesn't get anybody.
Yeah, he's weak on. Yeah, I think Izzyaki is probably top 3 flex supports, especially last year. I don't really like saying someone is the best because it's kind of hard to determine, but Izzyaki definitely had an incredible season last year, and he's definitely one of the better flex supports we have in the league.
Wobble, motherfucker.
Oh dear, thank you for the 2 months. Thanks for being one of the only people to truly analyzing high-level gameplay. No worries. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It's what I love to do, so.
You know, when they get Lip at the start, he actually comes through the side room by the Mega Health Pack. He lands a flashbang that connects onto 3 players. Wasn't able to finish any of them. They all turn
wobble, motherfucker.
Quickly. So Lee Jigon can't use his sound barrier until they know the Doha EMP is out. And look at this.
Kosher Cajun Chew. Thank you very much for the 2 months as well. Stu, not Chew.
Void sees where Doha was. Doha gonna drop down. He's still trying to set up an EMP.
Oh, they got Fate. He's in trouble.
Oh, that was a great wall.
As the EMP.
You can understand why Dallas baited them into this. Dallas is just so much better at ball in this matter. Oh, Lee J gone. What?
For the sound barrier, and he gets it off, but without Lip and Fate around to benefit from it, was that the correct call?
Oh, I mean, that's they thought maybe they could kind of extend it a little bit and get some of these kills onto Dallas towards the end because you have the respawn advantage. You don't get anything.
Rare L from Lee Jagon. Lee Jagon's had some weird L's in playoff matches. You guys remember, was it 2020? Was it Grand Finals against the Shock where he like hard fed for a bit there?
This could be dangerous. Doha is halfway to another.
Season 3 finals, my god, it was brutal. I remember that Oasis where it's like, Lee J gone, I'm gonna just need you to chill out just a little bit.
Lips caught in the flux. Blizzard there to meet them. Void desuited and Flatter might not be able to get away. He's frozen on the high ground. Looking more like a sculpture right now, but no one's there to follow up. He managed to get to safety and he was healed constantly by his backline, but Fearless has another.
Dude, Dallas is happy to lose this. They have EMP.
Literally.
Wait, are they gonna commit ults? That was not good coordination by Shanghai. Oh no!
He won't be denied.
Faye. He got frozen, I think.
Matrix got deployed. That Batista goes to waste, and Izayaki gets dump trucked.
Dragons might still win this.
Cycling these ultimates if you're the Dallas Fuel, as Fearless will get taken out here towards the end. They do have an EMP for this next fight coming up. They buy themselves a ton of time there. So EMP for Doha, and you're going to have Lee J gone with the sound barrier yet again. So
all right, come on, Lee J gone. What do you got?
Can't get hit with that EMP. Also can pop the sound barrier before the EMP comes out, as Shanghai wisely takes the
Lee J Gun, yeah, Lee J Gun was great in 2020. Like, literally, Lee J Gun has always been good ever since he's joined the league. He's only really had a couple of bad games, but he's always been consistent throughout the seasons.
Look at him. He's not on his front line at all. He can't be.
If Dallas are smart, they'll just bait it. Yeah, like, they just kill Void. Like, don't EMP. Use the fear of the EMP. Shanghai is playing so passive, and like, this is the kind of shit that works against bad teams. The bad teams would just force the EMP. But Dallas Fuel is so smart that they're just like, if they're gonna play in fucking Narnia, we're just gonna kill the people in the front and not use our EMP, because they're just gonna wait and hope that you use the EMP.
Play within, you know, the range of the EMP and risk having your shield.
Why is Hanbin on Sig? They seem to really like this Sig brawler. Oh, that's such a good EMP. Oh my god.
This is gonna be the sound barrier, though. It's good.
Nicely done, and that's the Dragons weathering.
That's a great barrier, actually. Oh, it's not enough though. Is Void gonna use bomb? No, he didn't.
But he was manually hacked.
It was a blizzard from Sparkle on the high ground.
Oh, good ball into Legion gun.
Using the blizzard as soon as they go in, it'll be Izayaki getting a.
How did Izayaki cook Doha?
Exit.
Watch Fearless here. I have no control, but I know what's about to happen.
Gravitic Flux into Shatter available here for the Dallas Fuel.
10 seconds left. The Dragons, main melee, hopes right on this next fight. And Matrix to start, but it's going to be a main wall immediately. The Gravitic Flux, it's huge!
It was a huge Gravitic Flux, but they're holding.
The Dragons have to recover. Void goes to the card here.
Oh no!
Fate comes alive on this
fight. Oh no!
Jax is a little bit too late on the sound barrier. Hanbin falls, but Izayaki's down.
From the top rope! Oh my god, it's so good!
Fearless takes fate to his own head. He eventually falls to the self-destruct, but
that was such a big shadow, dude. Like, I remember the moment that happened.
Fate is so low, his shield's about to crack, and so is the resolve of Shanghai.
Just literally just jumped down 180 shatter. He's just better.
Oh,
Fearless takes fate into his own hands. It's such a good call, yeah.
Top ropes. Oh, what?
It turns out, Matt, this is actually Sparta. This is Sparta.
What creativity, though, from the Dallas Fuel. Man, work out. Shang, such a devastating loss.
What the fuck was that?
They know where the Dallas. You can play this on defense. So you think whatever Dallas has cooked up is for.
Alright, now we watch Lip farm. Yeah, Lip almost saves this for them.
There, I thought it was the Bastion, but nope. We're gonna see the Soldier 76 again.
Not out of the woods yet are the Dallas Fuel. Discord Orb will be a factor, so Fearless will need to keep his wits about him. And look at this. The Fuel scurry up to the high ground now. Fearless has to charge. Okay, Floody gets tickled by Sparkle. And now he knows that, yes, the legs have been locked.
The legs have been locked.
That's astounding.
They're trying to figure out how to kind of play this.
Shanghai did this as well.
Begins on May 5th.
They're trying to just find somebody.
Or fake a hack.
Yeah.
He's trying to walk away, trundling off the point. The Fuel, discipline. They don't chase, they don't overcommit to try and getting rid of him. But Sparkle's
God, they are surrounded. They're the definition of surrounded. They need to get a kill like now.
That's eventually gone down.
That was actually such a good lamp.
Enough time to keep Fearless alive. Fate could be in trouble, but this could be falling apart, and it is. Izayaki's down, and the Dallas Fuel surge forward. They see the glimmer of
light. My god, Fielder! Stop it!
Point A and the payload to boot.
And they should be able to keep the payload.
Fielder actually just hard carried that.
Dragons got caught here. There's no like May on the other side. They're still playing these wrecking ball compositions. You're gonna have an EMP tac visor here for this next fight. So you should be able to keep the cart moving here if you're the Dallas Fuel. And if you can get this Soldier 76 up on the high ground, it's gonna be devastating for Shanghai coming out of spawn.
EMP tactical visor. What a way to set yourself towards that box of victory.
Oh, hacked. Great hack. Dude, Doha's Sombra, man, has been so solid in this series.
They're using a mortality field to make sure there'll be no retribution as a result of that. And now Void could be in trouble. Used a lot of
Lip, that was ambitious.
Gets caught, gets too close to Sparkle, and the Soldier 76 is getting it done. Sparkle's gonna head to the high ground now. Big EMP late from Doha, and this means it's a
Did you see where Izzyaki just ran?
The Dragons get very little.
Did he get out? Oh, face it.
To play off these health packs, but Doha controls
He's fine.
of the Sombra, so he's not able to get it.
Fielder is such a consistent support. Yeah, I think there's. Oh my God, Fielder almost died.
What do they have here? Fleta goes in the sky to try and get a duplicate. They're just gonna hack him. As Fearless potentially has a shatter here to win the melee.
Hero moment is on the card.
Yeah, might have been versus Florida Mayhem when that. I know what lip moment you guys are talking about as well.
Immortality field for Fielder's down. It's a duplicated Diva. That's not an extra shield. Fearless can work with this now. Shatter's easy to hit with no Reinhardt or Sigma in the mix, and he's looking for it. Oh, he's
not gonna do it.
Backs up though. Discipline gives way as soon as his shield. And the rest of the Fuel try and get out here. They're forcing ultimates from Shanghai.
Yeah, there was no chance they were going to win that. When Fearless has the shield up, you have a Diva behind him.
Alright, chat, well, here's the question.
No opportunity to win that play.
YouTube chat as well, I want to know your answer. If you had to pick up one player for your team, would it be Fielder or would it be Izzyaki? Which one would you rather have on your roster? Regardless of like other players and all that kind of stuff.
Have a self-destruct.
You are GM chat.
Visor here, like kind of an unorthodox combo, but could force players into the line of sight of it. We'll see how.
Damn, looks like more Fielder. It's pretty close though.
Okay, Hanmin the only one to take damage from that.
Definitely more Fielder though, which is crazy. Should do a poll.
The low ground come the Fuel.
Let's do it before.
Got to be looking for a flanking position. He'll start tickling the card. It's going to force
Fielder or Izzyaki.
Surely. And here's the contest. It was Void. The Dragons don't want to give up their purge, but everyone's got to come.
There you go. Polls up. Everyone vote.
Self-destruct is there.
Wins.
Doha and Sparkle has the tactical visor. There's still Diva at large, but Fate goes down, and the main tank is missing for the Dragons. Here's the Transcendence from Izzyaki to keep the Dragons in the fight, but the Fuel won't be denied. Here they come, and Fearless has the Shatter primed. Flutter comes here on the Widowmaker and picks Fielder off. This is looking
Did he hit anything? I don't think he got anyone with that. He held that for so long to miss everyone. Fielder dying is such a big deal as well. Damn.
Surely he holds this. Surely.
And they
Oh, it's close.
They could have pulled it out there. I mean, they get the advantage early. It was the Ant Matrix plus the Tac Visor. So, you know, like I mentioned, it was 3 minutes on the clock. We're now down.
How's Izzy's bat? That's your decision, right? Like, that's not the point. You guys gotta work out a way what you think of his BAP on your own.
There's that switch, and then you're gonna play the Winston here, so they want to go with this Winston Moira rush.
Body shot up the body shot.
You'll have sound barrier plus the EMP. You can force.
Lee J Gon has rally though.
Should be enough.
If they can force out the rally early, they're in a good spot.
Right here, he needs a gigantic EMP, and the Dragons have a composition that splits up so much, but all he needs is some backline action here. Connect maybe with the Zenyatta, get Izzyaki out of the picture early.
Look at the discipline by Doha to not go in here. He just knows. Oh, hit the tanks. I love that. That's such a good EMP. Oh my god, the EMP was so good. It was like Fate was just too far away to get the value of both support ults.
They've got to use everything left. Self-destruct. Buys a bit of space. No kills though. Void still able to get back in the mech.
They're respawning though.
It's very, very low. Pulse bomb dropped in the back line and no one connected with.
This fight is crazy. Oh, Fearless down.
And the Dallas Fuel. They've lost Fearless Fuel to Harmon all falling. And they're running out of time, Matt.
They're not finding the kills after this. It's just tremendous defense here from the Shanghai Dragons. The EMP is good, but Lee Jae Gon uses the rally as soon as the EMP comes out. The Transcendence there after.
Churung's going to the Toronto Defiant.
One last attack here for the Dallas Fuel. So close.
They got Cole now though, and Dragons have no support ults. The only thing they have going for them is Fleta.
It's all on the line here. Keeping Doha healthy is definitely going to be a top priority. He can build another EMP in this fight. And he can shut
Doha's going to get an EMP as well.
Fleta is there with a duplicate, and he'd love to do that to Fearless.
Oh, the hack! The hack!
Pressuring him out.
Oh my god, he's alive! There's no way that he managed to live through that. There's just no way.
He's stuck on the card right now.
Oh, Fate dies to the bomb.
That is a big one. 6v5 and another
Is he already got another Transcendence, which is kind of crazy.
6 versus 4.
Fearless just pushing them all away.
He gets the stick. Izayaki is down, and the cycle of misery is finally broken. Today, those that burn blue, burn brightest.
Woo.
Dallas Fuel get it done. It was down to the
That was a crazy $5 webcam shot. It's just the reality, man.
They were gonna pull it out, but Doha gets that EMP at the
Mitch always has the best closing lines. I like to think that Mitch has them like written on his hand. You know, right hand for Shanghai win, left hand for Dallas Fuel win, and he's like, and that's it.
But really, it's a lot of the stuff that they could do at the end that nobody else could replicate that ended up winning the melee for them. The ability to play so many just kind of off
Uber the fucking guy, yeah.
teams cannot prepare for.
Can't wait for him to mix one up.
Dallas gets it over the line at the end. And you see Shanghai
Just clearly put a lot. Mitch is one of the hardest working people, and he shows it by how talented he is and how well he does. Alright guys, that is it. Wait, where did my poll go? That is it for this history of Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a banger match. I forgot how good that match was. May Melee 2021 really showed up. We actually were pretty split here with this poll. We had Fielder with a 59%. 59% of chat went with Fielder. 41% went with Izayaki. YouTube chat. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with Twitch chat? Or are you guys destined to be rivals forever? Much love. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next one that we will be watching is the June Joust, which is the redemption and the rise of the Shanghai Dragons, where they go on to have a crazy run playing the Wrecking Ball. You sort of got a taste for it just there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I will see you guys next time.